to another episode of FishingWithVance.com. Today we wanted to continue with our review series that we've been doing. Hopefully you guys have seen those. We got a couple out on some reels and some rods and different things along that line. And we wanted to continue and show you what we are using pretty much on a day in, day out basis for one of our multiple utility bags that we're using out on the boat, out on the Pelican Bass Raider with us. So you guys have probably seen this in some of our other videos. This is our go-to storage bag for all of our lures, our baits, weights, hooks, etc., etc. This is the Plano 3375 series lure bag. We bought this at a local retailer, $30 for this, and we've been using this thing all summer long. So it's been getting beat, tossed into the bed of the truck, into the back seat of the truck, out in the elements, rain, all day sunshine, etc., etc. So we wanted to let you guys know a little bit about this in case this is something that might meet your needs for any of your fishing that you have going on. So we take a look at this thing. Has a lot of different zippers, a lot of different compartments, a lot going on with this bag. First thing that you won't see on here, and of course you know how we love to modify stuff, this did have a strap that came up and over here on each side. I did not like that strap. It was a personal choice of mine. I thought that it got in the way, especially with having to get this top open. We weren't really going to use the strap. We were just going to use this handle. So I cut the strap. I got rid of it. And the only way that you could is that I actually had to cut it here on the one side in order to get rid of that strap. So I had to cut that off. That was something that I did. So we cut that strap and got rid of it. It wasn't something that we were going to be hauling on our shoulder or anything like that. Some guys might have a use for that. We just didn't, so it didn't meet our particular requirements. So if we look at this, the top is going to pop open, and obviously you have your first clear compartment here. I do like the fact that this is clear so that you can see what you have down in here. We normally will put our tubes or some of our craw baits into here, or some of the things that we're using on a little bit more of a regular basis for that particular day. Zipper on that holds everything in there. Again, like the fact that that's clear so I can see exactly what's in there. In here then we have our Plano storage boxes, and these are Plano 3700s or 3750. So as you can see, it can hold 4 of those of either one of those model numbers with no real problems. Obviously we have all of our stuff is labeled so we know exactly what we're getting into. All you gotta do is reach in there, everything pops out, right back in and goes, and holds 4 of those very comfortably. No real issues with that. That's about what we need to really be able to meet our needs whenever we're out for a day of fishing. If we move on here to the front then, a couple compartments on the front. You got this big compartment right here. This is where we'll keep a lot of our soft stuff down here that we're using again on a regular basis. Vance loves his KVDs, the purple fleck. He loves those guys, so those normally will find a home down there. Then you have a couple of these other compartments down in here, which normally we're putting our hooks, the extra wide gaps and mustads, the Gamakatsus. We're going to put some of our gremlin sinkers, a couple miscellaneous things like that. We got the enticer hooks that we'll put. That's a nice little compartment for those right there. Has another little thing right here. Those are our braid scissors. We put those in there. So overall, nice compartment. And then you also have these straps here in case we want to put something in there. Has the front compartment right here. Also has a zipper on it. Nice open plain Jane compartment. You can put whatever you want to in there. Usually that's our quick grab area for anything again that we're using on a regular basis. The hooks, the sinkers, etc. We'll put those guys right in there. Come over here to the side. Each side is going to be the same. It's going to have a zippered compartment right here. Which usually, again, we'll be putting our softs in there. So we got some Hoochie Mamas in there from Cabela's. And then over here, depending on the side, we'll have various things. So we got a couple pairs of pliers. We got some insect repellent. We got, what the heck is that? Sanitizer. We got that in there. But you can put whatever you want. Over on the other side, we put some line in there, fishing line. Things like that. Sometimes even some loosey-goosey baits make it down in there just for a hold. This compartment over here, again, more of the softs. more hoochies. As you can tell, we were using those and really doing some damage. But a nice side compartment right there for quick access to anything that you would need to get out of there. We definitely do use those a lot. Finally then, here on the back, you have the big netted compartment right here. You can see through that. Usually we'll put various, again, soft plastics in here. Might be some Senkos, different things along that line. Like the fact that you can see that. Quick access, has the Velcro. Still in good shape after a year of being beat and torn. So that's a nice compartment there in case if you need anything. Then on the bottom, it's not, on the bottom, you got the anti-skid pad, which is very nice, especially if you're out on the boat. If you're on any kind of slippery surface, we put that on our table, which has the Flex Seal. If that gets wet, sometimes it gets a little slippery, but with that anti-skid pad, you're good to go there. So that's very nice as well. So that's a quick overview of the bag. Some of the things that we really like about it is that obviously for us, it's perfect size for our table application that we have on a Pelican Bass Raider. It fits right in between our pole holders. It can hold just about everything that we need for a complete day of fishing. Again, 6, 8, 10, 12 hours. We don't really need more for one day than what we can fit in here, even though if we could take more stuff more in there, we would. Overall good size. The weight of it is pretty good. Again, the handle has performed pretty well. So no major issues with that. The camo design, some guys like the camo, some guys might like a plain color bag. Again, that's personal preference. That really doesn't have anything to do with the performance. Overall, it's held up pretty well. Again, this thing has got drenched. It's been sitting out in the sun all day, not a lot of fading. Things inside don't get wet whenever it does rain, especially if you have the zippers and they're all set. So no major issues there. A couple of the things that probably could be improved on it, or that we would like to see changed, maybe some more compartments or different compartments, maybe out here on the front or on the back, that are a little bit sturdier, especially to hold items like pliers or things with a little bit more weight. One of the things we've started to see is that you have the mesh here. Obviously, putting that pointed needle nose plier down in there, we've already seen a couple instances where that's going to go through there. So I know we have other options. We could put it like this, etc. But that's how we like to do that. I'd like to see maybe a different kind of compartment out here that would be more tailored towards things like this. Other thing that we've seen, I would probably, if I had a bag like this, we're starting to see some issues with the zippers. Not really performing all that great. They get stuck, they get caught in the cloth and things like that. Maybe a little bit more durable, better performing zippers, I think, would really make this bag over the top. As you can see, we're already starting to see a little bit of fray, things like that, around the edges with the cloth. A couple minor rips and tears, things like that. That's to be expected. I would think that this would have held out a little bit longer, time-wise, than starting to see that. And other than that, the bag, you know, again, maybe having some different compartments on the front, especially for some of the heavier items. Maybe get rid of this mesh on the side, because that's just going to rip over time. There's no getting around it. And then the mesh that's on the back is good. It's nice. But again, that it's going to rip, especially if you put anything in there with any kind of weight, any kind of points to it at all. So the bag itself, though, I think for what we wanted out of it, especially for that price point, overall has performed pretty good. You know, this thing is getting beat, it's getting worn, torn, tossed in the back of the truck, out onto the boat, onto the floor of the boat, etc. So all in all, it's done its job. I would say that, you know, again, if we're going to be using our Fishing with Vance Highlife rating system, which everything gets rated out in Highlife beers, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest, as hopefully you guys know. I think that we're going to rate this bag about a 3.5 Highlife. Not bad. I wouldn't say it's an over-the-top awesome bag. For that price point of $30, pretty good investment overall. Obviously, I know that there's a ton of bags on the market, and that's why we wanted to share this one with you, to give you guys a little bit of insight in case if you're looking for any bags like that. So, 3.5 Highlifes on this. It's a pretty good bag. There's some things that we would probably fix and make a little bit better, but overall, pretty darn good bag. So we really appreciate you guys watching. Please make sure that you hit like. We'll put the specs for this and maybe some of the other stuff, the Plano boxes, stuff like that. Vance will put that down in the info section below the video. Please make sure that you hit subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family as we're trying to build the channel. Let us know what you think. Any of the comments down below, please leave comments if you have experience with this, maybe some other bags that you've used, the Plano Tackle boxes, etc. Let us know what you think. But we really appreciate you guys taking the time and watching the video here with us on fishingwithvance.com. You know what we do when we do it. I already got one ready. Fish on.